Hey everybody, I'm I'm making this video to inform my friends and family. Well, not really my family because they're not going to talk to me anyway this year because, they've orphaned me and disowned me. But I'm still sending them some Christmas cards. Um, this year, I'm sending out very few cards because I really can't afford them. I don't have any money, and I feel bad that I don't have anything to give anybody for gifts this year for birthdays or Christmas. Some very few people are even getting cards, and that's just because I had a few left from last year. I'm going to be honest, and I wrote nice things in them, but they don't contain any gifts or money or anything like that. I'm sorry, but yeah, I just wanted to. I just sat here. See, I filled all these out. I had to buy the stamps. And now I am going to show you how to put some special Christmas magic cheer into your cards. Now everybody has to do this before you send out your pile of Christmas cards this year. You ready? This is Steve Dinello's idea here. Ready? You get some bells and you... Okay, and then you flip them over, okay? Make sure you get lots of... Okay. And they're ready to go in the mail. Full of Christmas magic, Christmas cheer. No COVID this year. I could have put COVID on them, but instead I put Christmas bells. So, I probably won't get any cards this year or anything from my family. I'm not expecting it. Don't forget that a few months ago I was homeless on the street and they wouldn't take me in and they, told me to go to a homeless shelter. So, they're lucky to get a card this year. But you know what? As a Christian, I'm doing them a favor. See, I still love them. And I forgive them. And I also am, telling my friends and people on Facebook and people who I haven't seen all year. And don't tell me that COVID's the reason you haven't been hanging out with me. Face it, you haven't been hanging out with me for two reasons. I probably pissed you off, or you are really, really disappointed in me for leaving seminary. That seemed to be the straw that broke the camel's back. I mean, I had a lot of friends before I left for seminary. A lot of people, in my corner, praying for me, excited for me, having going away parties, giving me gifts and money and all that stuff. And then 6 months later, when I ended up back here in dire need, most of them fell away. Didn't really contact me, wouldn't hang out with me. Even when they hung out with other people in our crew, who I also hung out with on separate occasions, they didn't make time for me. So I guess 2020 really stinks. I lost my family, I lost my vocation, I lost everything. My health is in decline. And I lost a few friends that I did have, which were Christian Catholic friends that I love very much as family and hung out with. And they haven't been there for me either this year. So, whatever. I hope everybody has a very happy, COVID-free, Christmas and New Year. I really hope you guys aren't buying into the media's lies about COVID and how it's getting so bad and this and that, because that's not true. As Christians, as Catholics, we know what's really up. This is a New World Order agenda for a one world religion, one world government, and a cashless society, and the mark of the beast through the vaccines and all that stuff, and the alien agenda, the great deception. It's all in the book of Revelation and in other areas of the Bible. And the few of us out there brave enough to admit that, we know what's really up, and we've been warning for years, are still being looked at as stupid conspiracy theorist kooks. But really, no, we're the ones who have been saying this was going to happen for many years now. And it's happening, and we're cool as a cucumber while the rest of you are all panicking. Oh my gosh, I'm going to get COVID. Oh, I better get a vaccine. Sheeple. You need to be sheep of Christ, not sheep of the devil. I mean, the devil has sheep going to the slaughter, and Christ is gathering his sheep to go to heaven. So, I I'm really disgusted that I'm seeing a lot of Catholics fearing for their lives, so afraid of COVID, keep making sure they're keeping social distance and making sure they're keeping the numbers of people they at their houses down and following all the rules and keeping that mask on and all that stuff. That's great if you really, but I'm telling you don't really need to do that. I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with me, but I work in the medical field too, and I've been doing my research, and I was been on the front line myself, and you guys, come on, it's really being blown out of proportion. Okay, now they're talking about aliens, and there's going to be aliens. You're going to see aliens probably within the next year saying, "Hi, we've always been here," and some people are going to be like, "Oh my gosh, I had no clue." Then there's going to be people like me who knew that they were here the whole time and have been trying to say that, but nobody believed me. But again, it still doesn't change anything. The Bible's still true. Aliens or no aliens, vaccine or no vaccine, COVID pandemic or no pandemic. This is all smoke and mirrors. You guys need to focus right now more than ever before. We are so close to the end, and Jesus is coming, but everything's ramping up. So, do you know Him? Do you live for Him? Do you think about Him all day long, every day? Are you living for God according to His ways, according to the Bible? Or have you bought into these lies and deceptions and you're still living like the world and trying to salvage everything that you have? Keep your job, keep your family, keep your social status. Make sure that everybody loves you, and, you can't have both Christ and mammon or Christ and the world. Christians like me, people who are really walking the narrow path, we don't worry really about what people think of us or say about us. We don't care if we're going to be killed or martyred. We don't worry about these things. God provides in miraculous ways. We know Him. He hears our voice. We hear His. He knows us by name. We follow Him. We remain calm even in the midst of the storm, and that's it. So, I don't know. I just felt like making this quick video. Really, I was just going to be an idiot and show you how to put some Christmas jingle into your cards. But I got into my serious mode again because I'm really tired. I've been working all week and I am exhausted, and it's taking a heck of a toll on me because I'm not used to working so many hours, and it's still not even 40 hours yet. But, with all these health issues and stuff and changes schedule, and it's just been, it's tough for me. But my doctor wants me to get on disability, but I am not ready for disability right now. I don't want to go on disability. I'm still trying to fight to, get a better paying position in this company, which is probably never going to happen, or a better job. Get better, but right now I'm still waiting for all the test results to come back. I did an incredible amount of blood work today. Again, almost passed out, and then had to go to work all day after fasting for a long time, and just hoping that we're gonna get to the bottom of it with the blood work. But I still have to go to Smilo Cancer Hospital for a procedure on December 17th, and I have a ton of other appointments coming up. So one day at a time, but I still got to go to work. I still have patients that need me, and I have bills that need to be paid, and I have a ministry, I got to evangelize. I still need to reach people with the gospel and explain to them what's going on in this world. And, I work for God first, and then my company second, and, it's not about me, it's just, I have what I need to survive, and that's it. I don't have comforts. I don't have really much of my own anymore. Jesus did say to detach from the world, to be in the world and not of it. So He's certainly doing that with me. I miss my family. I miss all my family and friends who passed away already. My dogs. I miss having my own home. I miss having a better paying job. I really miss being in seminary, where I had just, all I had to do was focus on my prayer life and studying to learn about God. I'm really, really still upset that was taken from me. but I'm not giving up on that. I'm still. I haven't gotten back to it. I've had a bunch of different orders and seminaries that and dioceses that have been wanting this past year to meet me and have me come and spend time with them and start the application process. But I've just not been well enough to do that, and I had to focus on work and stuff first, and bills, and trying to keep myself afloat. I didn't have time. I mean, I don't have money to fly out all over the country again to be spending weekends or months discerning with, religious orders. I just don't. And they're not paying for it. So I can't get to them. They're inviting me to all these retreats and they want to meet me. And I would love to go and join seminary again, like right now. But I can't because I don't have the money to get out there. And I'm waiting to see how my health is. Make sure I don't have cancer, get everything under control if I ever can. Before I can go back to seminary and religious life, I have to be healthy, right? So that's not looking good. And then I'm looking at world events, and I'm seeing how things are escalating. The signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars. The sun was supposed to be in a solar minimum now. It was supposed to be calming down, and then all of a sudden it's at a 11, they're saying that the next 11 years are going to be real bad with the sun. I mean, we're seeing massive solar ejections, CMEs that are hitting the earth right now, causing aurora borealis, the northern lights. That's biblical. Signs in the moon, all these unplanned eclipses and rare double blue moons in this year, and everything's happening in 2020. We have on the December 21st, the Bethlehem star from the Bible, the star that everybody followed to find Christ in the manger, is going to be happening. With Saturn and Jupiter will be coming together so close that it's going to look like a giant, bright star in the sky. It'll be undeniable. Everybody will see it from everywhere. That's the Star of Bethlehem. That's the Christmas star. It happens only once every 800 years or something like that, or longer. So this is happening this year, no coincidence. There's been so many things happening this year. The earthquakes are intensifying everywhere. It's been a crazy year with pandemics or fake pandemics. They stole the election. Your whole government formed a coup against the American people and stole the presidency, or trying to get away with that. If they do, then we now have a communist country. Just like that. No more democracy. Even though they're saying that this is democratic, no. They're communists. But, there's... And I'm just disgusted with how many of the majority of society is so ignorant to what's going on. Bunch of blind robots that they have no clue what's going on, and they voted for these people. And people in the church still don't believe we're in the end times. Still have doubts about the truth about God and whether He really exists. I'm just so disgusted with mankind right now, because even the Catholics, look at the church, look at the Pope, look at everything that's going on. What is wrong with everybody? Now I'm starting to understand why Jesus said few will enter the kingdom. Few will walk the narrow path. Few will find it and remain on it. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of very few people in heaven, apparently, because very few of us know what's going on and get it and are struggling every day to be saints. Modern day saints, not just to survive and live in the world and keep esteem and status and money and jobs and this and that. We're willing to die, literally, if it's what it takes for us to go to heaven, to be martyred. If we lose our homes, our jobs, whatever, then so be it. I'm not seeing a lot of people thinking that way, living that way, ready for that, but quite the opposite. And that is very scary and disturbing. Sorry, my phone's dying. I gotta plug it in. So if you're one of those people who don't really believe in the Bible, and you're gonna start believing that the aliens created you and that they're God, that's what they did to the Egyptians. And now they're gonna try to do it again here. It was all part of the plan. See, that was Satan's plan from the beginning. Satan has to do with those aliens. They're fallen angels. They're demons. And back in throughout history, the cavemen, the Egyptians, who do you think built the pyramids? Those angels, those aliens, the all-seeing eye, the Illuminati. It's on the back of your dollar bills. The pyramid. It's in every movie scene. I mean, come on. It's all part of the plan. Why do you think that all of a sudden now they're pushing a fake pandemic? They're stealing an election. They're closing churches down. The world is in mass chaos right now. They're trying to crash the economy. They're trying to push a vaccine on you that's going to change your literal DNA and control you. It's the mark of the beast. Then the Antichrist will come on the scene and it's game over. And so the aliens are now, making themselves known. And, I mean, it's like even the government's releasing the information now saying, yeah, aliens are real. Do you not see how much has transpired in less than 12 months? Now, if that's 2020, can you imagine what 2021 is going to hold? Like Jesus said, in the end times, man's hearts are going to fail them for the things that are coming upon this earth. Okay? And that we will literally envy the dead. So remember that. If you don't know that Bible, start reading it. If you don't go to church, you better start going. If you don't believe in the Bible, you better start believing in Bible stories because you're in one. If you don't know Christ, you better get to know Him. Seek Him with all your heart while He may still be found. This is not a game. It's not a joke. It's happening. It's real. If you still don't see that by now, then I don't know if there's any hope for you because your heart is so hardened and your mind is so warped that you have so little faith that it's going to require a miracle from God to wake you up and make you believe and give you the eyes to see what's really happening. And I don't know if God's going to be doing that anymore because He doesn't do parlor tricks, and He's been warned. We've had 2,000 years as a human race to learn that Bible, to believe it. I mean, nobody has an excuse not to believe in Christ, in the Bible, not to read it, not to know what it says, and not to see what the signs of the times. All you have to do is get on your knees and ask Christ to show you, to open up your eyes, to come into your life. You're not even asking. You don't want to. Some of you are so afraid. You're so chicken to become a Christian because you're afraid you're going to be martyred or killed. You might lose your reputation or lose your friends, lose your family like some of us did. Lose your job, ooh. But, what wouldn't you give to go to heaven? I mean, what if you keep all that and it's going to bring you right to hell for all eternity? Do you want to burn in a lake of fire for all eternity? Is anything in this world that you think is so important that you're trying to hold on to worth going to hell for all eternity? Think about it. And don't give me that, I don't believe in hell thing, so, isn't that convenient? Doesn't mean it doesn't exist, because it does, I can tell you. And it's not going to stop you from going there. So you better start believing in it, and you better start believing in the devil and aliens and all these things, because it's in the book of it's in the Bible. So start believing that Bible, because it's kind of funny how many people told me I'm stupid for believing that. I'm a crazy Christian, conspiracy theorist, ignorant, dumb, Really? Well, how come everything in the Bible has happened and is happening now? How come everything I said that God told me would happen is happening now? How come I was right? Me, stupid little Steve, what do I know? Who am I? No college degree, I'm not a priest, I'm nobody. But I was right, and not just me. Millions of us out in the world have been preaching the same things, and the majority of mankind is still not listening. And you're just going to go and you're going to get that vaccine because they tell you so. You're just going to do whatever it takes to hold on to your job, your family, your money, your status, we want people to love you, your cars, whatever, your worldly things. Why do you think Jesus said you cannot serve God and the world? Why do you think He said, blessed are the poor? Why do you think He said the road to heaven was narrow? God's ways are very opposite. Everything you and I have been taught in this world, in our school systems, in our colleges, it is exactly the opposite. See, you guys are forgetting that although God has total control and sovereign, He's sovereign over everything. He created the universe. Satan is the God of this world. He has been given this world a short time to run it. And there's a reason for that. And so you are not to be like this world, to be like Satan and his minion. You are not to be one of Satan's children, but to Christ's children. So you are not to live like this world or conform yourself to it. you are to be like Christ. Even though you're in Satan's world right now for a short period of time. He's got a short period of time. And then Jesus is going to throw him into hell with all the other people that are following him. So you and I need to get right with God. And that means that we're going to be like a cancer in this world. This world will hate you. Your family and friends will turn against you. You'll lose jobs. You'll be persecuted. You might be put to death. Yes. But you know what? It's going to be worth it in the end once you know all this is true. You know, I'm telling you, I wouldn't have done this if I didn't know for certain it's true. When I was in high school, I never would have thought. I hated people like me. I had worldly plans and stuff. I always kind of knew the Lord. I always believed in him, but that was it. I never went to church. I didn't read the Bible. I didn't preach. I was too worried about what other people would think or say about me. And I lived most of my life trying to appease this world and be rich and famous so that people would love me and accept me and want me, and it was never enough. And then the people who did like me only wanted me because I was rich or famous or, good looking or whatever. It was all for all the wrong reasons. And then the Lord came into my life and his mother, and everything changed. And I was stripped of my health and my vanity, my beauty, my nice sports cars, my acting career, my family, everything I loved had to go, because God is a jealous God, and he wanted me to himself, and he wanted all my attention and all my love. And so that means that there could be nobody in between him and I. And that's what he did. And you know what? I love him for that. I love that he's jealous over me. I love that he's given me a chance. He spared my life so many times. I could be in hell and as I deserve. I could have been there a long time ago. But God has given me time to work for him. To show this world that, yes, look what he can do in somebody like me, and that he does exist. To give you people reason for hope, to reason to believe that Bible. And that's all I can tell you. I can only be myself. Some days I'm a nutcase. Some days I'm, miserable. Some days I'm happy. I'm all over the place. I'm a kook. But you know what? I'm telling you, I'm a very serious Christian. And there's a reason for that. And you don't have to take my word for it, but there's a million other guys just like me and women out there preaching up a storm, more famous than me. They have doctorates in philosophy and theology, and they've gone to seminary, big deal. But when you have Christ, he gives you the words to say. He gives you the understanding and the wisdom. It's in here. The word's written on your heart. Everything he said, it will happen to you. So I don't need a theology degree to tell you the same thing that they're going to tell you. I already got it. I know the Bible, I know Christ, I have that relationship, so you can take my word for it. But by all means, do your own research and take someone else's word for it. I just need you guys to go to Jesus as soon as you can and believe in him. That's all. That's all you need to get from me. Alright guys, it's 12:17, I gotta work in the morning and I'm tired. Adios. God bless.